Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you something new. Today I have yes and no cards made. And what I did was I took the cards, I just took some index cards and I just put in the corner I put little hearts so that it's like you know that it's the back side of the card. If I get a blank card, then you know that it is actually a blank card and not me sleight of hand doing something. And so we can ask some yes and no questions to my guides to see if they're here. And I'm going to start by, just some general yes and no questions. Let's see. Will the government in the U.S. change this year? Will the government in the U.S. change this year? Card here. It says yes. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. Yeah, that's just general questions. Okay, I don't know. Don't take it's for entertainment purposes only. Don't take anything I say here too seriously because I don't take anything I say too seriously anyway. But as you see, there's no cards and there's blank cards. There we go. All of the cards have on the other face, they have the little heart. So flip through them, you can see there's a little heart on them. I don't know if you saw that, but here, I'll just do it that way. Just do it this way. And then you can see that there it is. Well, they all have a little heart on them. So that just shows that, the blank cards actually have a heart on the other side. So when a blank card comes up, that's like a maybe, I don't know, or ask later or whatever. So that's what I decided to do. Libby kind of inspired me to try this out and to see if these yes no cards really actually work. So I asked, will we go on vacation this year? Will we go on vacation this year? Let's see what the cards say on that. Will we go on vacation this year? Now, before when I pulled the card, I got a no, so let's see. And this one says yes. So maybe it's still in the air if we're going to go on vacation. Or if we don't pursue it, or if we pursue it, whether or not we go. So, will we go to Berlin this year? Will we go back to Berlin this year? And they got yes. And I pulled yes earlier when I also asked about Berlin. So we'll be going back to Berlin this year sometime. Who knows when, but maybe Christmas. Who knows? But at any rate, so that's the yes no deck that we have. And this is just a small deck, about 28 cards. There's 12 yeses, 12 nos, and three or four blank cards. So you just mix them up and you ask questions, and it's like the Magic 8 Ball, but a cheaper version of it. So that's the yes and no deck. So I'm going to pull some tarot today, and I decided to use the Tarot for Beginners, the German deck that I showed you a few days ago. And I'm going to see. I mean, there's a lot of bits in it that shouldn't be shown on YouTube. So I'm going to be. Goodness, these are hard to shuffle. They're very hard. They're very. I just I've never used this deck before. I'm just trying it out today. I'm just getting it warmed up here. But it is the cardstock is very thick on this deck. So let's see how well it actually works out for me today. But yeah, this is a much thicker than the flimsy cardstock that I've got from my yes and no deck. But let's see what we can what we these cards need to really seriously be broken in. But I like this deck. I showed it to you a couple of days ago when I did when I showed my cards and stuff. This is a brand new deck. So I've never used this before, and I'm gonna see how well it works for asking a question. I have to get it kind of good mixed up, and then I can ask a question, I think. So my guides are like, "You're such a beginner," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know." But we all have to start somewhere, right? So here we go. So what does the week look like for us? What does the week look like for us? Um, For us, not for the big fat orange problem, but for us as light workers, as seekers of truth. What does our week look like this week? What does it look like this week? And I have to translate the deck or the things into English because the deck is in German. All the cards are in German. This is one of the decks that I bought here in Germany, and so everything is in German. Whoops! What does the week look like for us? What does the week look like for us? Hmm. Not sure that was intended. I don't think the guides intended that card to pop out. That's why I put it back in the deck. Sometimes the guides are very insistent about a certain card and they'll pop out. The card will pop out. But usually I kind of feel that or I sense it that that card's important and I should have it. Let me see if my guides are willing to do this. Pop me out a card, please. Pop me out a card. Pop me out a card. Whoops. And they did. It just popped out two. So, or no, three. So I got the Fool, which is going into a new place or new area or kind of walking off a cliff. This guy's like kind of like he's got his head up high and he's walking, so it looks like he's about to go woo and he's about to fall over. So this is oops, there we go, the Fool. Okay, that's the first card that I got. And the second card I got was the Queen of Swords. And this could be a woman, a female figure, a feminine energy coming out with some really important information. We could be getting some, in the coming week, we could be getting some really important or vital information. Um, yeah, she's very. Oh, I like the kitty at the bottom. Did you see the kitty at the bottom of the card? Yeah. So I think the Queen of Swords is a gentle, nice, feminine energy. I mean, she's got a cat at her feet, so she may be she may be just waiting for some kind of information to come forward. And then I got the Six of Wands. Or actually, no, that's the Queen of Wands. Staba is Wands. Staba is Wands. So she's the Queen of Wands and the Six of Wands. And the Queen of Wands, I think that is the gentle feminine energy. I was like kind of confused because it just felt like the gentle energy, and it was actually the Six of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and not the Queen of Swords. I was like, the Queen of Swords doesn't, she doesn't really personify the gentle, kind queen, but the Queen of Wands does. Here's the Six of Wands, and look at this guy. He's like thinking he's so victorious and everything, and then all these people behind him are kind of like, what are we doing here? Why are we even here? So those are the three cards that popped out. Let's see what's next. This says for us, okay? This says the Five of Cups, and this is disappointment, heartache, sadness. Yeah, we might experience a little bit of sadness this week. We might feel a little bit sad about whatever is going on. I mean, it is sad. It is tragic what's happening, but it also is that this is in the immediate past. The sadness is in the immediate positioned in the immediate past. So that may be all the sadness that we are feeling about everything that's going on and what's breaking in the news and what have you. The overarching energy is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups, well, look at these ladies. They look like they're toasting whatever is happening. So we may be finding ourselves in a little bit of a celebratory mood, but maybe not really able to rectify everything that's happening. So it's like there's kind of a mixed feeling that's coming across with this card. And then in the immediate future, we have the Two of Cups. This is partnership and kind of working together to overcome whatever it is that we happen to be overcoming, that what we're kind of working with and stuff. So the Two of Cups is a very unifying card. It's like, you and me working together to obtain a certain uh, outcome. How others see us is the Ace of Cups, and this is us. You know, the cup is overflowing, and the water is falling from the cup to the earth, and we are probably going to be overcome with a lot of news and information in the coming week. Get some news and information, and it will be overflowing with information. You see, the water is going down to the earth, but the cup is overflowing. How others see us is the world. I'm covering up the bits here, but the world is endings and beginnings, new beginning, a new start, and seeing what actually comes out. So that's and then justice. This is the justice card. So this is the hopes and fears, I guess. That justice will be served, justice is coming, and the final outcome is the chariot. Slowly but surely, we're getting to the point where we need to be. Surprising, we've got a mixed bag here. We've got some good stuff, we got some not so good stuff. So see what ultimately comes out with regards to this bit of information. Yeah, I tend to be of the mindset that this is not a really celebratory kind of feel, but instead just a feel like, yeah, okay, the bad stuff's happening and some good stuff may be coming, et cetera, et cetera. We may be, just in for a rocky road. We may be in for a sort of a ride that we may not necessarily want to be on, but whoops, these cards are very slippery. Just one that fell out of the deck. Oh, that was one of the things that fell out, and it was the Queen of Coins, or the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let me see. Let me go to the yes and no deck and see if my interpretation was somewhat on target. This is the moment of truth for me. Is my interpretation kind of on target? Are we going to have a mixed bag this week? Are we going to have a mixed bag with regard to news, information, and what have you? Are we going to have a mixed bag? This card just jumped out, and it's yes. See if I can get this so you can see it. Man, there we go. Yes. So it will be a mixed bag this week. We will have a mixed bag of information. Some will be good, some will be not so good, but we'll muddle through as is. Okay, and so now I'm gonna shift gears and I'm going to ask the cards about the big fat orange problem. I mean, is the big fat orange problem gonna have a good week this week? Will the big fat orange problem have a good week this week? Will the big fat orange problem have a good week this weekend? And it's not from the guides, it's just because they're slippery cards. They're very, very slippery cards. Will the big fat orange problem have a good week this week? Will the big fat orange problem have a good week this week? Big fat orange problem have a good week. Cards are hard to move stuff on. Like, um, And if this doesn't really work so well, I'm going to switch back to Gilded Tarot. Okay, we've got the Four of Cups. There we go. The Four of Cups. This is about delusion, and this is about being handed something that we are basically ignoring. This guy's sitting here, and he's kind of this mystical hand is handing him a cup, and he's ignoring it. So there is something that he may be handed something that he ignores. He may be handed a small victory, but he will probably ignore it because there's something even bigger going on around him. So this signifies that a victory may be at hand, but he is ignoring it. And so it's like snatching the victory out of snatching defeat out of the jaws of victory, or something to that effect. This is what he is kind of contending with. He's being handed something, and he's completely ignoring it because something else has captured his attention. It's crossed with the star, and the star is about this illuminating energy. There's something, you know how when you are lost and you are looking to find the way out of a situation, you look to the stars because they offer you light and illumination. And a lot of times, and in this instance, he's ignoring it. So the star is there to offer the guidance and illumination, and this guy's ignoring it. The under the whole reading is the Tower. Um, Somebody said they can't have a proper reading about the big fat orange problem without having the Tower card show up somewhere. And so here's the Tower card showing up just when you least expect it. You can see that the tower is on fire, the people are falling from it, and the water is raging below. This is not a good card for him, but he is so richly deserving of it. In the immediate past, you have the Six of Cups, and this is about this is about, I don't know if it's about the harvest per se, but it's about something being offered, and it looks like she's offering him these flowers, and he's holding he's holding dead flowers. He's holding flowers that are not really good, but she's got the live, beautiful flowers that she's offering to him. And this is about childlike innocence, and about the embracing of the child innocence. And you know, when you look at this person, this individual, you see that he has a lot of problems. That growing up, he had a lot of problems. And this is no excuse to treat people poorly. And this is what kind of sticks in my craw. I had a hard childhood too, but it doesn't give me an excuse to go out and be nasty and mean to people. And so this is kind of where we are at. The overarching energy is the Knight of Wands. And look at him, he's charging into battle to see, you know, what he can overcome and accomplish. This kind of makes me think of the I don't know if you ever saw the movie The Court Jester, and you have this picture, this image kind of reminds me of The Court Jester, with Danny Kaye and Angela Lansbury and Glynis Johns, and he's kind of unwittingly charging into battle, not knowing if he has all his capacities with him or what have you. And I think that this is kind of the energy that I feel. This sort of, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how I'm going to get go into battle and do all this stuff. And he's got all of these things going on around him, and yet he's charging into battle, and he doesn't really have all the capacities that he needs to do so. The next card that we get is the Two of Cups, and this is, again, the Two of Cups is about working together, and the problem is that this guy doesn't want to work with anybody. He wants to work on his own and do his own thing. And so the Two of Cups here is being offered to him, and it looks like he's being offered a lot of concessions, a lot of things that are going on this week, and he's not accepting them. So he's making his life even harder because he's not embracing what it is that he could have. How others see him is the Five of Cups. Disappointment, just sadness, disappointment, just tragic. So this is, I think this aligned with this is not a good combination for this guy. And then we have the Chariot again. The Chariot's showing up. The Chariot is about you can move forward, but you don't. I mean, it's like she's putting the brakes on. So the brakes are being put on, and again, it's like you are your own worst enemy here. And that's what I'm getting from these cards is that he is his own worst enemy. And the outcome is the Fool. Well, need I say more? So this is not um we've got, let's see, how many majors do we have? One, two, three, four. Four major arcana in this read. Yeah, I mean, he is just not doing well in the situation that he's in. And all of it seems to be his actions that are creating this situation for him. So when you go out and you do, and you do nasty things to people, and then you get like some kind of false sense of victory, like the Six of Wands false sense of victory, then then you're like sitting there and you're wondering what is going on. So let's just ask the yes and no card. Did I read accurately on this? Is he putting a lot of um, hindrances for himself in all of this? Is his actions or lack thereof causing all of these hindrances to, you know, to be realized or recognized? Is this self-inflicted, if you will? And I get yes, it is. So he is inflicting on himself these these problems. He is the cause of his own downfall. A lot of times what we do is, and when we go through life, we try to avoid these pitfalls and these issues and stuff. And basically, what's happening is he's not doing that. He's just blindly, cavalierly walking forward like the fool, walking his way into a wall, and he is contending with all of that. Um, so yeah, I think that what's going on is that um, I'm going to ask the yes and no cards one more time. Um, is this evil woman going to be the downfall of the big fat orange problem? Is the evil woman going to be the downfall of the big fat orange problem? And I got a blank. It's blank. Okay, let's try this. Is her speaking um, at Congress, is that going to make a difference on the eventual outcome? Will her speaking before Congress have an impact on the eventual outcome of this? Yes, but I don't think it'll be in the way that she thinks. I think it'll be in a different way. Will it be in a different way? Will it be in the way that she thinks? Will the outcome? Will her speaking out have the outcome that she wishes? Will it have the outcome that she wishes? No. It will have a different outcome. And it may be that people are seeing that she cannot be trusted. Will the people recognize that this person cannot be trusted and her words are about as hollow as a empty container? will people see that she's hollow in her will people see that her answers are hollow and have no impact? No. People will not see it. Will the Congress call her out? Will the Congress call her out? Will Congress call her? Yes, they will. Okay. And at the base of it is also yes. 2 yeses. So, um, will she get a pardon? Will she get pardoned? I hope she doesn't, but will she get pardoned? Will she get pardoned? Yes. Um, will her legal troubles still be there after the pardon? Blank. Okay. And finally, okay, I'm just going to ask one more question. Um, will this be the straw that breaks the camel's back for MAGA? Will this be the straw that breaks the camel's back for MAGA? Yes. They can be so awful and they can be so rotten to people, but this is going to break it for them. Yes. So that's what I got. So we'll see what happens. But I really, I don't think this individual deserves a pardon. I don't think she deserves anything except our contempt. But with that being said, it sounds like the people are going to respond accordingly, and that's what's going to happen. So that's what I got for you today. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for bearing with me with this new deck. I really like it. I like the images. It's a nice deck, and the interesting thing about the deck is that all of the how they have the with the different color backgrounds with the cards. Okay, the swords are blue. Swords have a blue background on these. The wands have a yellowish background, and I don't know if that's let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Sword wands. Where is it? Pentacles. Yeah, that's a little bit lighter blue, and Pentacles has the Pentacles has like the lighter blue color. And so there's a lot. There's this like sense that these cards have like a so the wand seems to be the only only part that has like the yellow, the really bright yellow background in all of the numbered cards 1 through 9 or 1 through 10, and yeah, there's a lot of blues and a lot of yellows in this deck. So you know, kind of makes me think of Ukraine, but anyway. So at any rate, this is the new deck, and it seems to be pretty good. But the card stock is very, very thick, and it's very, very difficult to shuffle. So I don't know how often I'm going to be using it, but I will see. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, liking, sharing, and I hope you have a great day. And we'll see what happens with these yes and no cards, see how well that works. I may try the pendulum again at some point, but we'll see. So take care, and as always, namaste.